My beloved companion, do not weep for me. I know that my body, now suffering so much, was unable to defend its independence and its freedom. Though brutal assaults, cruel mistreatment, and torture have led me to beg for mercy, I will endeavor to die with my head held high. I pray for unshakable faith and the greatest confidence in the destiny of my children, that unlike me, they will escape living in slavery and contempt for sacred principles. That when my bones one day have their say, it will not be a story taught in the United Nations, Washington, Paris, Brussels, or Rwanda, but the story taught in the countries that have rid themselves of colonialism and its puppets. My sisters, daughters, mothers, our broken bodies and drained blood sink into the land, narrating stories into every root and every tree, and further still, the bed of every river and stream. What feeds the land and all its people will teach those who wish to listen and see. What is both north and south of the earth will testify a story full of glory and dignity, our women. My life has not been wasted. It has been taken as a lesson of what humanity fails to be. I write you these words not knowing whether you will receive them, when you will receive them, and whether I will still be alive when you read them. Throughout my struggle, I never doubted for a single instant that the sacred God to which we, my sisters and I, had dedicated our entire lives would triumph in the end. But what we prayed for, what we begged for, a right to an honorable life, to perfect dignity, to protection with no restrictions, was never wanted by our enemies, who taught us the face and name for God in their language long before we had realized we had abandoned our own. And that body to which we placed all our trust when we called on it for help found direct, indirect, intentional, and unintentional means through which to betray us again and again. I am spent. Everything in me and of me has been ruined by hands and bodies and mouths and eyes that feasted on a meal unseasoned, uncooked, and never presented or courting for supper. I have been made meat, and I am raw, gnawed. They have corrupted some of our countrymen. They have bought others. They have done their part to distort the truth and defile our independence. What else can I say? That whether dead or alive, free or in prison, it is not my person that is important. What is important is my spirit. Our poor bodies whose beauty has been turned into a cage, with people looking at us from outside the bars, sometimes with charitable compassion, sometimes with glee and delight, are the burdens that we carry for being women in a world where men never cease to fight long enough to understand what they have destroyed. But my faith will remain unshakable. I know and feel in my very heart of hearts that sooner or later we will rid ourselves of all enemies, foreign and domestic, that we will rise up as one to say no to the shame and degradation of rape and violence and regain dignity in the pure light of day. We are not alone. And the free and liberated women in every corner and quiet shadow will ever sing at the side of the millions of our women who will not abandon their survival until the day when there will be no more colonizers and no more of their mercenaries on our body. I want my children, whom I leave behind and perhaps will never see again, to be told that the future of Congo, and particularly her daughters, is beautiful, and that their country expects them, as it expects every Congolese, to fulfill the sacred task of rebuilding our women, their sovereignty. For without justice, there is no dignity, and without independence, no human is free. Long may you live. Long live Congo. Long live Africa.